When the Lord calls you into the desert, He wants to have a deeper relationship with you, a spiritual relationship, one that you might not yet fully know or understand. It's a time when you take off the training wheels, a time when you learn to walk by faith and depend on Him. But you can't do that unless you're willing to give up your rituals. And we're putting an end to these ingrained insecurities right now. Hey, I'm author Mike Ramsey, and this is Mike Ramsey Books, where I show people how to transform their ordinary relationship with God into a spiritual one. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit the red subscribe button and ring the notification bell now. In the desert, you learn to let go of things you're holding on to, the things preventing you from a spiritual relationship with the Lord. And the things you can't let go of, He takes away. But He can't take away everything. You have to help yourself, at least a little. And by the way, when the Lord takes something away, it's not because He's being mean. It's quite the opposite. It is an act of loving kindness. If He didn't care, He wouldn't care. But our God is a big God. He has your best interests in mind and in His heart. One of the things that's got to go if you want to go further are your rituals. They are less obvious than other types of sin, but no less treacherous. Nothing escapes the watchful eye of the Lord. Nothing. He aims to purify you of completely everything in the desert. But just what are these religious rituals and what's so bad about them? Some rituals are routines you invent yourself. The most common ones, the ones you need to eliminate first, the ones you need to put to bed, are phrases and requests that you embed in your prayers. Think about it. Do you utter the same line and ask for the same thing every time you pray? Please bless so-and-so, and please help so-and-so. But it gets worse. Please help everyone in the world to be healed and come to know Jesus. Yep, I've heard this one or some variation of it at least 1,000 times. But what kind of God do you think we have? Do you honestly think He's going to honor such a general request? Give Him a little credit. If you lived in the time of King David and you were given an audience with the king each day for a year, would you say the same thing each time? Would you ask for the same thing each time? If you did, don't you think people would think you were mentally ill? But even after you realize the futility of robotic and generalized prayers, it's hard to let go of them. It's much easier to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's sort of like doing your duty, checking off the boxes, wash, rinse, and repeat. But that's not what is spiritual, a dynamic relationship with the Lord is about. It's not a mindless relationship. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that you shouldn't pray for people or that you shouldn't pray for loved ones every day, but I think you'll get much better results. That is, the Lord is much more apt to answer you if you give Him the respect of being a little more specific and putting a little more thought into it. A request that's well thought out, well constructed, and well delivered is very different than what you might have been doing. Churches are another source of rituals. That's not to say church is bad. I go to church. Some churches are more into rituals than others. Roman Catholic Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox, and other orthodoxy variations of the Catholic Church are steeped in tradition and rituals. But any and all churches can and have easily fallen into this trap. To some, rituals are beautiful. To me, they're boring. Watching a priest or pastor perform the same ritual every week is pointless. It's no different than spewing a robotic or generalized prayer. It's not going to be honored by the Lord. It's a show, spiritually speaking, a waste of time. But why? Why are rituals so hard to let go of? To me, the answer is simple. It's something tangible in an intangible world. Rituals are a security blanket, but it's false security. It's fool's gold. Truly, truly, as Jesus would say, truly, truly, rituals are dead works. By doing something, you feel like you're doing something, but you're not accomplishing anything. You're simply chasing your tail. Faith is letting go of the seen and grasping the unseen. One by one, if you ask, and if you're willing, the Holy Spirit, your teacher, will point out the rituals in your life. Your rituals are keeping you from Him. Your own good works are preventing you from doing His work. And until you have the courage to let go of them, you're dead in the water. You're stuck in the desert. You're simply not going to make any more spiritual progress until you get rid of your rituals. You will have traded the debut, the premier event, the grace the Lord gives you each day for an old, worn-out rerun. Next time, next step. Can't wait until next time. Like me on Facebook and visit me at michaelramseybooks.com.